Volkswagen, who has had a bad history with April Fool's jokes, but Volkswagen has attempted humor. This is the Germans, bear in mind, attempting something that sort of looks like humor. I'm not sure if they actually know what it is or if they're just kind of doing it and hoping it sticks. But that being said, they teased the Harley Quinn Volkswagen return. The return of the Harley Quinn, which, if you don't know what the Harley Quinn edition of any Volkswagen is, it's interesting. So if you are watching on video right now, you can see what I'm talking about. So the Harley Quinn edition is essentially, it dates back quite a ways. It dates back a couple of decades, actually. But the idea is each color, each panel on the car is different, and it's a different color, I should say. So you got this weird hodgepodge of a green fender, a red door, another yellow door, a blue quarter panel, a yellow hood. You got this stuff, and it's weird because you might say, okay, it's a car built of mismatched colors, and especially if you're a diehard muscle car guy, if the Euro stuff isn't your realm, you might not be familiar with this. And that's okay, because this never made it to the United States. At least it was never meant to make it to the United States. And, of course, Volkswagen, they should have known. Like all good things, if you prevent us from having it here in the United States, we just want it that much more. The Japanese have learned this. Euro cars, Euro manufacturers, I think they've kind of missed out on this. But that being said, The Harley Quinn, to give you some context, some history, goes back all the way to the 1960s, where it came from a 1964 Beetle advertisement where the Beetle had multiple colors, multiple panels, which was advertising easy interchangeability of parts. Right. And that was for that. And then they brought it back in 1995. Volkswagen in Europe decided to have the Polo City car and celebrate the launch of it. And they gave it a color scheme like this of all these different colors to, celebrate this launch. And again, these are really interesting, sort of pastel colors. And it's developed a cult following, so much so. I mean, the original Harley Quinn cars were only destined, there was only supposed to be 1,000 of them in 1995. Now, there was higher demand. Volkswagen made more of them. They made about 3,000 of them, and only 264 for the States. Now, of course, like any good thing, too, it was not popular when it came out. These cars didn't sell well. Dealers had such a hard time selling these that some dealers, actually swapped body panels around on these things so they'd all be the same color. Okay, take the green hood from this one and put it over here and just Lego these cars together. Again, showing how interchangeable the parts are, albeit, but Lego them together so you have one solid color car. So some of these special edition cars met their fate that way by dealers just undoing all of the coolness of it, right? And again, it's an acquired taste. This isn't, if this isn't your thing, that's cool, right? But that being said, for April Fool's Day, Volkswagen made a mistake. They did. They said, and they teased it up on social media, saying color is coming back. And they had all these flashy, poppy colors in these social media posts. And then they showed a picture of a modern version of the Harley Quinn on there again. And again, you can take a look at that on the video there, the modern one versus the old one. And this is just, you know what? I think this was rude of Volkswagen because they said, okay, we're going to give you this thing that you've really wanted, right? And then they go, just kidding, April Fools, because people are clamoring over these cars. Fans of Volkswagen love this sort of thing. And that's the problem. You can't just dangle this in front of, people and say, oh, yeah, here's this thing you really want. And then, oh, never mind, it was an April Fool's joke. And here's the thing. With Volkswagen, April Fools has been... I almost think they should stop doing April Fools because back in 2021, they also attempted this thing known as humor, where they changed their name to, instead of Volkswagen, as the Germans might say, to Volkswagen, V-O-L-T-S, like electrical volts. And this was to promote, their electric car lineup that they've got coming. And it's playing on the fact that Americans, we pronounce it Volkswagen. We mispronounce things because as Americans, we're entitled to do that. But they were kind of playing on that. No one got the joke. No one thought it was funny. They said they changed their entire brand name, and official publications even believed them and ran with that. And then this ultimately, they said, oh, haha, it's just a joke. Oh, you silly Americans, right? Well, it actually led to a SEC investigation to determine if the name change to Volkswagen as an April Fool's joke, to determine if that actually broke the law, because this affected their stocks and everything. I mean, people, this caused problems. Not to mention, Volkswagen already has issues with diesel and things. They've got a storied history with that. You may be familiar with that. So I don't know. Should the Germans just stop doing humor? It would probably be better for all of us. Or if they could just say, okay, that was a funny joke, and we're so sorry, let's make a couple of real ones and sell them as limited editions. And I'm sure people are going to line up out the door to buy them. That's a great way to get out of it, right? And actually make some factory Harley Quinn cars. And I mean, come on, because Volkswagen doesn't have anything interesting anyway. They don't. I'm sorry. They don't. Their current lineup in 2024, there is nothing interesting whatsoever. At least giving us cool colors on an otherwise boring car would be interesting, in my opinion.